When we bought this old rundown Californian bungalow, we knew it needed work and we bought it with that intention. Our thoughts were that we were going to build a 2-storey addition. We wanted a couple of bedrooms, we wanted a connection with the garden, open plan living, and really just some nice design ideas outside of what we would be able to think of ourselves.
We talked about the project on the phone and it sounded like something that we were really interested in. We arranged a time to meet, and that was the first time I met Matthew and Sarah here in the old house.
Eva Marie came back to us with, I think there were 3 sketches. One of those sketches certainly was a single level addition, and it just demonstrated to us quite early on that keeping it on a single level created an addition with a much better flow, and going up wasn't really going to be the answer for us.
So the scheme that we ended up with kept the original house quite intact, and we kept all the beautiful detailing from the California Bungalow. The living area became the main bedroom, the dining area became the main bathroom, and then we added this onto the back, which is a new open plan living kitchen dining area. Well, originally the rear of the house had no connection to the garden, so one of the really important parts of the brief was to connect to the garden, and this room now completely opens out onto a large deck, which then has the garden beyond, so you've got that lovely connection between inside and outside.
The architects attended a pre-DA meeting for us with council, and the process was to address any potential issues, make sure that we're on track and that there weren't going to be surprises when we went for the formal DA application. That certainly was the case. We put forward DA, and from memory it went through quite seamlessly and smoothly and within the timeframes that we were expecting.
There's always more than one way of doing something, so if we detail everything, and that's what we do in contract documents, we know exactly how the builder's going to do it. So here we've got details of how the construction's going to work. We specify exactly how we want the tiles to be laid, what the set out's going to be, and exactly specify what sort of fixtures they are. And then once we've got those, then they become the tender documentation. So that's when we can work out how we're going to go to tender. In this case, we went to a really competitive tender. We had 6 builders that were quoting for the project. So we presented Matthew and Sarah with a tender breakdown of each builder, and we just ensured that everybody was pricing exactly the same thing, so we were comparing apples with apples.
We were able to narrow it down to a competitive builder who Eva Marie had worked with in the past, and we had confidence would deliver the result.
The contract that we chose for this project was a lump sum contract. The way that works is you have a fixed price from a builder and a set of drawings, and you basically sign off those drawings with the builder and say you're going to build this set of documentation for this price. But within that contract, there is scope for variation. So if our clients want to add things along the way, or if there is an unknown that arises, then that then forms a variation.
From our perspective during this time, the architect did a great job managing the project, because we didn't hear from them constantly. We heard from them with updates, perhaps fortnightly, letting us know how things were going. If there were any decisions that needed to be made, they could certainly raise them with us. It was fairly seamless. My favourite spot in the house is where I'm sitting right now, really. I can see out into the garden, I can look into the living space, I can look up the hall, down into the kids' zone and where we sleep. It's a great spot just to sit and relax. The kids love running up and down the hallway. We love it when we've got the back doors open. They can run from their bedroom straight out into the backyard. They love playing in the garden. Kitchen's a great design for us. The connection with the living space means that when we have friends over, no one's cut off from each other just because we're in preparing snacks or meals or drinks. We love the brightness of the bathroom. That was formerly part of the old dining room in the old Californian Bungalow, hence why it's so generous in size.
I love the way the original house has been retained. So it's got all its original character, but then it's still designed for contemporary living at the back. And so all the bedrooms have all this lovely charm, and then you've got this beautiful open plan area which is perfect for a family with young children.
We love the house, we love the end result, we love the openness of it, the lightness of it, and the clean, crisp lines, really. I love the integrated appliances. You don't see the fridge, you don't see the TV. I love how that all just flows, easy to maintain. The connection with the backyard's great with kids, and even the connection between the old original bungalow, which still retains a lot of its originality in terms of pattern ceilings and picture rails and how it blends in with the new build, which is, you know, fairly contemporary. I think things worked really well for us because we had great trust in Eva Marie and the team. We'd seen examples of her work and loved the finished results, so we were really confident that we were going to get a great outcome, and we just trusted her along the way. We're very happy with our choice to have used an architect for our renovation, and I'd recommend it to anyone. Allow them to be an architect and not just go to them with a set of what you think you want to live in and say, draw this up for me. Rather, let them come with the ideas that you could never think of and blow you away, and that's what you enjoy coming home to.